I mean, I think from a psyche standpoint, it was certainly really good for us, especially considering the circumstances. We didn't have Pop, Kalk, or Steven in practice for the 2 days prior, so and then to find out Kalk wasn't going to be able to play the morning of the game. We had some other guys that had to step up, and they really did that. They're really good. Obviously their transition game is elite. Defensively they're very disruptive. And Hunter Dickinson and KJ inside, it's a handful. The physicality and the size, and and Coach Self's one of the best in the business. So it's going to take our A game and then some. Yeah, there's been constant improvement, and that's what I like to see. I wouldn't have guessed in June that he was going to be ready and be at the stage that he is today, and I'm not sure when practice started the first couple weeks if I thought he was ready for anything more than a minor rotational role. But he just continues to improve, continues to get better. Still a freshman, so he's going to make some mistakes, but the 13 or 14 rebounds against a physical San Diego State team was a step in the right direction for him. And then, the Texas A&M game, starting the game 0 for 6 and then hitting 3 threes in the last 5 minutes when we really needed him, I think speaks to, he plays without any fear. And, it's been fun to be around. We don't have enough time, so no, I don't. We'll see what we have at practice, and then we'll go from there.
Mac, just going through a skid like you did, what can the benefit of that be?
I'm not sure there's a lot of benefit to it. You get exposed in some ways. The problem with those 3-team events when you're gone that long is it's very difficult to fix things in the middle of that, because you don't have time where you can really take a step back, have a couple days of practice, try to iron some things out. You're in Vegas, you're stuck there, and then in our case we had 3 starters out for the 2 days of practice we did have there. So it's really hard to fix things that have gone wrong, and let's be honest, we shot the ball a little better in the second half against A&M. Gave us a chance to win the game. We shot the ball better against Notre Dame, and we won the game. We're going to have to make some shots for this group to be successful, and I still am very confident that we have the roster to be able to do that.
When you evaluate the type of threes you got, that from the game where you were missing a bunch versus the ones that you were hitting?
Very similar. I mean, I would argue that the best looks we got were against Nebraska. Even better than what we got against San Diego State and A&M. But we get a lot of different things. We're very confident in Steven's ability off the dribble. He's worked really hard on those shots. And Isaac and Jackson, Mason have all gotten really good looks. And it's getting better. It's just not to where it needs to be yet.
Kalk is obviously seeing some of the centers come free for his few years here in the Big East especially. What is it that stands out about Hunter Dickinson and that matchup?
Probably his versatility. He's an elite passer, number one. So if you try to go with too much help, he really picks you apart. But he can pick and roll. They can post him up on an isolation there. They use him in the short roll a lot in the middle of the floor, and he's able to really pick people apart with the pass. And he's capable enough a three-point shooter that you have to respect it. And on top of that, he's 7 foot, 7'1", 260-some pounds. So he's big and he's physical, and hopefully Kalk's healthy and ready to go, and it'll be a fun matchup for people to watch.
In those moments where Fred was either in foul trouble or he needed a breather, what did you see out of the small ball unit? Both of them good on the bat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously our rim protection takes a hit. We've become really small defensively, but offensively, we went to Jason a couple times. He got a big basket on an out-of-bounds play that we designed that at a critical time when Notre Dame was really making a run. So, we're comfortable with Jason and Isaac in those situations if we need to do it, but was also, very encouraged by Fred's play on both ends of the floor. He did some really good things. We just got to, as I've said before, he's got to limit some of those fouls.
obviously the last time the number 1 team came to good night for you guys. What's special about the atmosphere on Wednesday will be?
Yeah, I'm sure the crowd's going to be incredible. I'm sure some Kansas fans will find their way in there somehow. They seem to always do that, regardless of where you go. But it'll be a great night for college basketball. Obviously, Kansas has played at a really high level, and we're a little banged up and trying to get everybody back healthy and ready to go, and hopefully we have a full roster for Wednesday.
Top of your Christmas list.
I haven't thought about Christmas. Come on. Talk to me at about 7 o'clock on Christmas Eve. That's when I get